Hello friends, welcome to KT Research Guidance Bureau. Myself, Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur, would like to say few words for the Bureau. This Bureau is Educational Bureau. The main objective of this Bureau is to provide guidance for various subjects and to help the students to enhance their career. It is helpful to undergraduate and postgraduate students. It provides complete guidelines for various subjects. Those students who are interested to do their research work, this bureau helps them and provide complete guideline about research work. Not only this, those who are interested to build up their career and wants to clear NET, SLET or any other competitive exams, this bureau gives complete guideline about all this sort of exams. So my humble request to you that please subscribe the bureau, give your comments and favor for the bureau. Today's session is specially for amalgamation. You know, if two companies they are in the same business, then unnecessarily they have to face many problems. So it is advisable for them to do the business jointly. And amalgamation provides this sort of facilities. So let's try to understand the simple meaning of amalgamation. And amalgamation is a combination of two or more companies into a new entity. Means both companies they will lose their separate identity and they will establish a new company. Amalgamation is distinct from a merger because neither company involved survives as a legal entity. Obviously, both companies will lose their identity, so they can't survive legally. Instead, a completely new entity is formed to house the combined assets and liabilities of both companies. So, this is the simple meaning of amalgamation. So, let's try to understand amalgamation with the help of multiple choice questions. So, please take a notebook, ball pen and not only your physical presence but mental presence also. Write down your answers and check your score so that you can evaluate yourself. First one is when two or more companies carrying on similar business decide to combine and to form a new company is known as I explained you. Both companies they decide to combine and they will establish a new company. Four options are there. A is amalgamation, B is absorption, C is internal construction and D is external reconstruction. So as I explained you, your right answer is A, amalgamation. Next question, when one existing company takes over business of another company or companies is called, in this case, one company takes over the business of another company or companies. So these companies will lose the identity and one company, existing company, will survive in the market. So at that time, four options are there, same sort of options: amalgamation, absorption, internal reconstruction and external reconstruction. Obviously, one company is existing and takes over the business. So it is absorption. That company absorb the another company. So that company will lose the identity. Only one company will continue the business. Another one is at the time of calculating purchase price. This is about the calculation of purchase price. Fill in the blank values of assets are considered. So, when they calculate purchase price, that time four types of values are given. First is book value. Book value means in their books of accounts they mention the value of individual assets. If they consider book value, then what will happen? Suppose they have land and building, and after depreciation, the book value is very less and the market value is very high. So obviously, nobody is ready to sell the assets at a lower price. Last one is market values. So if in the books of accounts, machineries are valued at a purchase price less depreciation, but they are very old. And obviously, in this situation, the new technologies are coming in the market. So, this machinery may have only the scrap value. So, market value, they obviously means the purchase company will not accept this. Average value also they will not consider. So, only one alternative, that is fixed new values, means for individual asset they will find out the value and they will fix it. So, your right answer is B, fixed new values for each and every assets and liabilities. Next one is the amalgamation adjustment account is considered as when both companies decide for amalgamation. That time for the adjustment they will create one account, that is amalgamation adjustment account. So obviously they will transfer assets and liabilities, and after the completion of this one they will close the account. Four options are there: reserve and surplus. You can't treat this account as reserve and surplus. Next one is fixed assets. No, fixed assets you will transfer to this account. Obviously, this is not investment account also. So only one option is there is miscellaneous expenditure account. So your right answer is D, miscellaneous expenditure account. So first of all, remember the objective of the account and then try to find out the right answer. Next one is, if amalgamation is in the form of purchase, fill in the blank account will not be shown in the balance sheet. This amalgamation is in the form of purchase. So A company purchases B company. It is like that. Then Which accounts you will not shown in the balance sheet? One is general reserve account. Second is profit and loss account balance. C is A and B both, and D is none of the above. So obviously, which two account balances you will not shown in the balance sheet? General reserve and profit and loss. So your right answer is C, A and B both. Let's try to understand about this intrinsic value and difference. What is the question? If the intrinsic values of shares exchange are not equal, means they are exchanged shares and the basic value is not equal, then the difference is paid in A is equity. Obviously, it is not equal, so they will not pay equity. They will not pay assets and debentures also. So your right answer is D, cash. So the difference they will pay in cash. Next example is about time. When two companies decided to amalgamate, take time. Both companies can run their business separately. Obviously, I explain you the simple meaning of amalgamation. So you can reply correct answer for these companies. This question. They can't run their business separately. B is both companies will lose their existence. Obviously, they decided to amalgamate both companies, so they will lose their existence. Any company can continue its business. It is also wrong. So your right answer is B. Both companies will lose their existence, or you can say identity. Next one is which account will be debited at the purchase consideration due from transferee company. Means it is due, not paid. They complete the procedure of calculation of assets and liabilities. Afterwards, they decided how much to pay and it is due. A is transferee company's account, and if your fundamentals of journal entries are clear, then you can reply this sort of questions very easily. B. Realization account. C. Cash or bank account. And D. None of the above. It is due. So obviously your right answer is A. Transferee company's account. Another question is about realization loss. If there is a loss on realization, fill in the blank account will be debited. So if there is a loss of realization account, four alternatives are there. Realization account, equity shareholders account, cash or bank account, and D, none of the above. Those who are entitled to get profit, obviously they have to bear the loss. So your right answer is B, equity shareholders account. Another question is vice versa. If there is a profit, in previous example there was a loss on realization account, and I explained you the answer of this question. Fill in the blank account will be credited. So easily you can find out the answer. A, B, C and D. Four alternatives are there, and in C the right answer is given. So your right answer is C, equity shareholders account. I hope you have followed the theory of amalgamation completely. So let's move to the calculation. If the purchase consideration is 5 lakhs and net assets are 4 lakh 50,000, the difference is considered as, read the question. Purchase consideration is 5 lakhs and net asset is 4 lakh 50,000, means less by 50,000, means the company is paying 50,000 rupees more. Then obviously if they will pay more, then it is goodwill and the amount is 50,000. So right answer you followed. Now let's check the options. A, capital reserve. Never it is a reserve because purchase consideration is higher than net assets. B, goodwill rupees 4 lakh 50,000. It is goodwill, but the amount is wrong. C, goodwill 50,000. Obviously, difference is 50,000 and purchase consideration is more than it is goodwill. So your right answer is C, goodwill 50,000. Now, let's try to understand with another type of example. If the purchase consideration is 6 lakh and net asset is 6 lakh 50,000. The difference is considered as, in this case, purchase consideration is lower than net assets by 50,000. So obviously it is capital reserve, and how much? 50,000. Now check the alternatives and your right answer is given in A. It is considered as capital reserve of rupees 50,000. This way, try to find out the right answer. Now, let's try to understand with other type of example. From the following data, find out market value of fixed asset at the time of absorption. What you have to find out? Market value. Net assets 10 lakhs means total assets minus total liabilities equal to 10 lakhs. At the time of absorption calculation of net assets, it is 20% less than the market value. How many percentage it is less? 20%. So apply your arithmetic logic. 100 minus 20 is equal to 80. So 80 equal to 100. Then 10 lakhs equal to how much? Okay, I will show you the calculation. 100 minus 20 equal to 80. So 80 equal to 100. Then how much for 10 lakhs? So your right answer is 12 lakh 50,000. Now check ABCD. In which alternative 12 lakh 50,000 you can see? That is in D. So your right answer is D, 12 lakh 50,000. This way, first of all, do your calculation and then check your answer with the options. So easily you can get it. Next one is net assets of Asta Limited for purchase consideration is 8 lakhs. What is 8 lakhs? Net assets of Asta Limited for purchase consideration. At the time of absorption, company has paid 64,000 equity shares, each of rupees 10 at a 10% premium, right? Though the value of equity share is rupees 10 and they paid at 10% premium, and the rest of the amount they paid in cash. Then what you have to find out, the cash amount will be how much. Purchase consideration is 8 lakhs. Then they paid 64,000 equity shares, each share having 10 rupees value. So 64,000 into 10, it comes 6 lakh 40,000, and premium is 10%. 10% of 6 lakh 40,000 equal to 64,000. Now do sum total of 6 lakh 40,000 and 64,000, and that much amount deduct from the 8 lakhs. Then you will get your right answer. So, how to calculate it? Purchase consideration 8 lakhs. Equity shares 64,000, 10 rupees each, equal to 6 lakh 40,000. 10% premium is that, so 64,000 rupees is your premium. So that comes 7 lakh 4,000. Find out the difference between 8 lakh purchase consideration and this amount. So your difference is 96,000. Now check, 96,000 is available in A or B or C or D. So that is in D. So your answer is D, 96,000. This way, try to understand the question and find out the right answer. Next question. Net asset of Krina Limited for purchase consideration is 7 lakhs. In this case, your purchase consideration is 7 lakhs. At the time of absorption, company has paid 65,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at 10% discount. In previous example, there was a premium, 10% premium, and in this example, there is a discount. Then you have to find out cash amount. Now how to calculate it? Purchase consideration 7 lakhs and equity shares 65,000 into 10 means 6 lakh 50,000. In this case it is discount. So you have to deduct 10% of 65,000. 65,000 means 6 lakh 50,000 equity shares, 10% discount, 10% of 6 lakh 50,000 is equal to 65,000. So 6 lakh 50,000 minus 65,000 equal to how much? Find out the figure and then deduct from 7 lakhs. Okay. Purchase consideration 7 lakhs. Equity shares 6 lakh 50,000 and 10% discount is 65,000. So value of equity share is 5 lakh 85,000. Deduct 5 lakh 85,000 from 7 lakhs. So your answer is 1 lakh 15,000. Check in which alternative it is available. A 1 lakh, B 1 lakh 5,000, and in C it is 1,15,000. So your right answer is C, 1,15,000. So the treatment of premium and discount I explain you separately. Now let's try to understand amalgamation with another example. X Limited, the purchasing company, agrees to issue two shares of rupees 100 each. Rupees 75 paid up for every three shares of Y Limited, the vendor company. Means company X will issue two shares of rupees 100 each, but only rupees 75 is paid. For what? For three shares of Y Limited. Find out the number of shares to be issued by the purchasing company. Then you have to find out X company has issued how many shares. The vendor company has 3 lakhs paid up capital of rupees 100 each, and on that one rupees 50 is paid. So the situation of X company and Y company is given. X company is purchasing Y company. So they have to pay the amount to Y company. So first of all, let's check the data related to Y company, vendor company. How much is the number of shares? 3 lakhs. And we have to find out that one. So 3 lakhs paid up capital. And how many rupees are paid? 50. So easily you can find out number of shares means 3 lakhs by 50. So 6,000 is the number of shares of Y company. Now, for every 3 shares, X is offering only 2 shares. So 3 is to 2. Then how much for 6,000? Let's check the calculation. Purchasing company X, vendor company Y. Total or number of shares we want to find out. So rupees 3 lakhs divide by 50 rupees because only 50 rupees are paid per share. So your number of shares 6,000. And X offers only 2 shares for Y's 3 shares. So 3 equal to 2. Then how much for 6,000? So your answer is 4,000 shares. Check. In A 3,000, B 4,000, C 5,000 and D 6,000. So B is for 4,000. So your right answer is B 4,000. This way you can find out number of sets. Let's try to understand with different type of example. X company, the purchasing company agrees to issue two shares of 100 each, rupees 75 paid for three shares of Y Limited, the vendor company. Up to this, you can understand very easily. Just this is the another idea of another thing. Find out the amount. In last example, you have to find out the number of shares. In this example, you have to find out the amount. Now, how to find out the amount? That we have to calculate. So the basic calculation is same. First, you have to find out number of shares. How you can find out? That I already explained you. 3 lakhs by 50 equal to 6,000. Now, 3 shares of Y Limited, and in that exchange X offers only 2 shares. Then for 6,000 equal to how much? 4,000 shares. Up to this you can understand very easily. Now the question is about the amount of paid up per share. In X it is 75 and in Y it is 50. So you may be in a dilemma. You have to take 75 or 50. But now they are the shareholders of X company. And in case of X company, the paid up amount is 75 per share. So you have to multiply by 75. So 4,000 into 75 equal to 3 lakhs rupees. How to find out? X company's paid up amount is 75. Up to 4,000 you can understand very easily. So 4,000 into 75 per share equal to 3 lakhs. Now check the answer. 3 lakhs is in A, B, C or D. It is in A. So your right answer is rupees 3 lakhs. So this way you can reply any type of question very easily. I hope you followed the session. If you have any query, you can WhatsApp me, you can call me, or you can comment. So, my humble request to you that please subscribe the Bureau, give your comments, and don't forget to give thumbs up. Thank you very much. So nice of you.